Right now, live at 5, court documents shed light on why an Iron Range man set another man's garage on fire and slammed into an emergency vehicle. Plus,
the U.S. and Canada border opening could affect local businesses and visitors.
And sending holiday mail to our nation's heroes. How you can help add a little extra light for our soldiers overseas this season.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Briggs LaSavage. Kristen is on assignment tonight. After a year and a half, the U.S. took another big step toward reopening its border. Starting today, fully vaccinated Canadians can cross into Minnesota for non-essential travel. But the Canadian government is requiring them to have a negative COVID test before they go back home. CBS 3's Abigail Smith headed up to International Falls today. She spoke with businesses on the border, some saying they're not convinced they'll see more international customers just yet.
Nancy Emhoff, local business owner of Masons on Main, says even with the U.S. and Canada border opening to fully vaccinated Canadians, she's skeptical of seeing more traffic in her store. With Canadians required to get a negative COVID test before returning to their country, Emhoff believes that could deter some visitors from crossing the border at this point. Canadians aren't covered by U.S. health insurance, so that could make getting a test in the U.S. pricey. According to a Canadian news outlet, U.S.-based clinics show prices ranging from $125 to $350, depending on how quickly the results are needed. However, you can get a test in Canada before your trip. The negative results are good for 72 hours, allowing a 3-day window to re-enter Canada. Emhoff believes if Canadians don't plan ahead, it could lead to a steep price for a day of shopping.
If they loosen up a little bit down the road, it'd be great between now and Christmas if they did, that we'd see more. Right now, I just think that is an awful long procedure for those people to come over for just a day shopping.
Emhoff hopes the testing requirement could be adjusted before holiday season hits, so her store can welcome back international shoppers. Other stores we spoke to say that even with the border opening for more visitors, the requirements to return may be too much for some, making the new opening not that significant.
We also spoke to the Koochiching County Health Department today. Their office is in International Falls, but they said they don't offer testing there. They pointed to Essentia, Rainy Lake Medical Center, and another clinic called Quick COVID Results that opened back in August. A U.S. Senator from Minnesota is excited to welcome Canadians back, pointing to their big impact on the state's economy. Senator Amy Klobuchar celebrated with the Canadian Consul General of Minneapolis and leaders with Explore Minnesota today. The Democrat says Canada is Minnesota's largest trading partner. The state exports more goods to Canada than China and Mexico combined. The same can be said for tourism. In 2019, around 536,000 Canadian tourists came to the state and spent more than $175 million. Klobuchar says she's been waiting a long time for this.
As I said, how can it be that you can literally fly from Montreal to Miami, or you could fly from Ottawa to Fargo, but you couldn't drive from Thunder Bay to Duluth?
Klobuchar says the recently passed federal infrastructure bill will also help border travel. And Duluth business leaders say it's not just border communities that benefit from today's reopening. Members of the Greater Downtown Council are asking local businesses to hang signs greeting Canadians on their trip to the Twin Ports. Christy Stokes is the organization's president. She says the Twin Ports should be excited to welcome these tourists back.
We typically see quite a few people coming from Canada, and whether it's staying in our hotels or going to our shops, our restaurants, going to shows, that is a significant economic impact in our community.
Stokes says she expects any economic impact to be slower at first, but to pick up in the coming weeks and months. Governor Walz proclaimed today Canadian Travelers Day in Minnesota. He says the day is meant to recognize Canadian travelers' contributions to Minnesota's economy and culture. Walz says Canadian spending brings millions to local economies. Well, Dave joins us now for a quick look at weather. And Dave, darker and darker today. We're just at the peak of it, really.
Yeah, the peak actually will be coming in December, at least if you mean a peak of less daylight.
Yes,
yeah.
less daylight.
We've started that journey, though, haven't we?
We have. It is kind of sad, you know. You're losing that daylight, but looking ahead to the winter.
And for those who like winter, there's a chance for measurable snow by the end of the week coming up. The short term is a little bit more on the warm and rainy side. If you discount this morning's wake-up temperatures, the normal low was 40, and a lot of places got up a little bit earlier than that this morning. In fact, Orr, Ely, and Hibbing at 34 were cooler than normal. Hayward at 31 was one of the cold spots there. A couple towns were a little bit warmer than normal. An example of that is Ironwood at 42 degrees. Well, temperatures will descend as the week goes on. Frankly, tomorrow I think we're going to have one more gorgeous afternoon. Sunshine comes in from that high pressure. Mild temperatures are going to be with us because of that high pressure, but all eyes are on that Colorado low forming up to the west. That's going to be bringing a mixed chance beginning on Wednesday. That'll start rain, go to a mix, and perhaps finish as snow by Friday. But for the short term, no problems at all tonight and tomorrow. 33 for the low tonight, perhaps a little brisk, but 50 tomorrow, warmer than normal. Is this going to be the last time we see 50 this year? There's a possibility. I'll talk about our descent in temperatures and our increase in snow chances coming up in a little bit.
Thanks, Dave. COVID cases in Minnesota are still on the rise. Today, the state reported 4,253 new cases. That's the highest single-day total since last December. That brings the state's total case count to more than 819,000. The state also reported 34 more deaths today. 990 people are in the hospital, with 227 in the ICU. And COVID also continues to spread in Wisconsin. The state reported nearly 2,200 new cases today, bringing the total count to almost 810,000. 14 more people died, which puts the overall death toll at more than 8,600. The state hasn't reported new hospital data since last week. Meanwhile, an Iron Range man faces 3 charges after police say he lit a garage on fire and then crashed his truck into a fire truck. 36-year-old Thomas Gregory Evans of Embarrass is charged with felony first-degree arson and misdemeanor driving while impaired and reckless driving. The charges stem from an incident last Tuesday in Balkan Township. According to police, Evans lit a garage on fire and then drove away. When firefighters arrived, the garage was engulfed in flames. Evans then came back and crashed a truck into the back of a fire truck. Police say Evans admitted to using drugs and alcohol that night. He reportedly told people at the scene that he couldn't help himself and started the fire because he's a pyromaniac. The fire destroyed a garage and damaged a nearby home. Today in court, a man shot by Kyle Rittenhouse in Kenosha last year recounted the terrifying moments leading up to the near-fatal interaction. Gage Grosskreutz, a licensed paramedic, said he went to Kenosha from Milwaukee last summer, hoping to treat anyone hurt during protests over the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Grosskreutz had his own Glock pistol in one hand and a cell phone in the other when he came up to Rittenhouse. His arms were raised when Rittenhouse fired, hitting him in the right hand.
In that moment, I was trying to preserve my own life. But doing so while also taking the life of another is not something that I'm capable or comfortable in doing.
The defense team says Rittenhouse only fired in self-defense. Prosecutors have countered that, saying he intended to hurt people that night. Still to come on Live at 5, the St. Louis River Area of Concern is celebrating another year of progress this Wednesday. Details as we take you around the Northland after the break.
I'm telling you, you should open a business.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
I've got an idea.
I hope you like it.
I love it. Just one question. What's that?
It's a chair. New plan. You make the furniture, I make the ideas, NBC makes them happen.
That was always the plan.
Bring us your best ideas. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Blue Cross made it easy to find a plan that fits my needs.
If you're looking for a Medicare plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota can help you understand your Medicare benefits and choices with this free guide.
The guide helped me understand what Medicare does and doesn't cover, and how I could add coverage if I wanted to.
With 96% of Minnesota doctors and hospitals in the Blue Cross network, plus a broad selection of affordable Medicare plans developed for Minnesotans by Minnesotans. It's no wonder nearly half of all Minnesota seniors has a Blue Cross Medicare plan. From Bemidji to Blue Earth, Twin Cities to Two Harbors, Blue Cross has you covered.
I get to keep my doctor, and I'm saving money.
Can't beat that.
Go online or call the number on your screen now for your free Medicare decision guide from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. You and Blue, because together is better.
Hi, Russell Nicolay, Nicolay Law Office. If you've been seriously injured, we can help. For the last 14 years, my office has been helping folks like you and holding insurance companies accountable. My award-winning legal team can help you and your family. Remember, if you've been injured, get Nicolay. We win or you don't pay.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain tonight as the sun has already set here across the Northland thanks to daylight saving time yesterday. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. In Ironwood, and a popular police canine needs your help in Hibbing. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start off in the Twin Ports tonight. Coming up on Wednesday, we'll get a progress report on the St. Louis River area of concern. Crews have been working to clean up contamination there for years, and this year's efforts focused on restoring habitats for piping plovers and common terns. Each year, they host a celebration of progress, and this year's celebration will be virtual. We have a link on our website. And next, we head over to Ironwood, Michigan, where they are looking for community feedback on their parks and trails. City leaders want to use that feedback to plan out future park and trail investments. Ironwood is home to more than a dozen parks and recreation areas, along with the trailhead for Michigan's statewide Iron Bell Trail. We'll have a link to the community survey on our website. And we wrap up in Hibbing tonight, where a local police canine needs your help. Canine Officer Chase is in a fierce competition with Canine Debo from Saginaw, Michigan. Whichever pooch has more treats purchased in their name will get a special donation from Skylar's Scholarships, protective vests for the canines in their unit. That's awesome. The contest only has a few days left, with the winner being declared this Sunday, the 14th. We'll have a link to that website to buy dog or cat treats in Chase's name. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, with Wisconsin's deer hunting season approaching, the DNR is cautioning certain trees to avoid when hanging your deer stand. But they want you to know in just a few minutes.
Well, talking about today's temperatures, at least here in the Twin Ports region, we started near normal at 40, but finished warmer than normal at 52. We have one more day of cracking the 50s here before reality returns for temperatures, and a chance for precip comes our way by midweek. Will it turn into snow by Friday? We'll talk about the latest odds coming up after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
Northwest Outlet knows Northland winters can be a great time of the year to enjoy the outdoors, even when you have to work outdoors. Nothing ruins it faster than cold or frozen feet. Problem solved when you shop Northwest Outlet for winter footwear. They have only brand names that are tested for Northland winters, like Kamek, Baffin, Keen, Sorrel, Lacrosse, Merrill, Columbia, Boggs, Rocky, and Carhartt, including a huge selection of steel toes available. Top it off with Smart Wool or Darn Tough socks for maximum comfort. Remember Northwest Outlet for long underwear. Your winter headquarters, Superior.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
Tonight, what obstacles businesses and Canadians might face with the new border opening.
The sky is a little gray today, but sunshine returns for tomorrow.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, a few minutes ago we talked about the morning lows, and they were a little bit cooler than normal for most towns. Now we'll talk about the daytime highs, and they were warmer than normal for every town. 53 for International Falls, 52 in Hermantown, 54 for Moose Lake, 56 in Superior. And that seems to be one of the top temps, all right, though they did make it to 56 by the lake in Grand Marais. So being the closest to the lake isn't always a guarantee of being chilly. No, it's not always cooler by the lake. But now, of course, as I peruse the map more in depth, waters meet 60 degrees. I hear a lot of towns did that on Saturday. I was too busy having fun to watch the thermometer myself, so I have to take others' words for it. Well, temperatures this warm. I hate to say they may go away after tomorrow for the rest of the year until next spring, but that's a definite possibility as a winter-style storm sets its sights on our area. We'll talk about the chances of it paying off here in just a bit. Right now we've got the current conditions from Duluth International. It's 47 degrees, 44% for the relative humidity with a westerly-northwesterly wind at 7 miles per hour. 30.2 inches of mercury is our barometric pressure, and that's high. And because of the pressure being high, we get one more sunny day, one more warm day before a low from Colorado comes to call midweek to cloud us up and cool us down and bring us that 3-day chance for precip. Current temps still on the mild side, upper 40s in the upper peninsula. Wisconsin's looking at 48 to 50. Northern Minnesota runs from 43 in Orr down to 41 in Hibbing, but back up to 46 towards Moose Lake. And it's still 49 degrees for our friends right by the lake in Grand Marais, but it has dipped to 39 in Big Fork. So I think overnight lows tomorrow will be a little cooler than normal again, but followed by afternoon highs warmer than normal, like I mentioned perhaps for that last time. So despite higher pressure being in control of our region, we've got a weak trough of lower pressure trying to ride up and over, also associated with a warm front, and the result is very, very light rain showers for part of our region. Much of this is most likely virga, the type of rain that starts aloft in the atmosphere, then re-evaporates before it hits the ground, so it doesn't count. Well, counting tomorrow will be higher pressure that takes over more fully as the day goes on, bringing us another mild one and a sunny one too. Tuesday's likely going to be a very beautiful day, but Wednesday the situation changes. We are indeed eyeing up a Colorado low taking shape. By the time it gets to our area Wednesday night, it'll lead with its warm front and we'll get rain. Then on Thursday for Veterans Day, a rain-snow mix is very possible. That's followed on Friday by a chance for some snow. And the latest charts indicate measurable snow is possible for all of us, but many of us in our region probably are going to only go from light totals to maybe moderate totals the farther north you get, to the north and west from Lake of the Woods towards the North Dakota border. And that's where the heavy stuff could fall, so it may miss us this time around. Tonight, here's what we get in Minnesota. Range of low temps from about 30 inland to 37 by the lake, with a clear to partly cloudy sky up on top. Wisconsin and Michigan will become partly cloudy as the night goes on as well. Low 30s there for that zone, followed by the warm one and sunny one tomorrow. Wisconsin, Michigan highs 50 to 53 degrees. For Minnesota, sunshine as well, 49 to 53. And here is our extended forecast. 60 to 90% chances for this precip to clock us here Wednesday through Friday. Starting rain, going to a mix and becoming snow on Friday. Then taking a break on Saturday before another round could happen once we get into Sunday, Briggs. And temperature-wise, yeah, we start at 50 this week, finish at 33 by next Monday. The warmth, the sun, maybe gone for a while.
Yeah, no kidding. I got my snowblower all set to go this weekend just in case. Fired her up and she ran, which was good.
Very cool. During the commercial break, I got to, figure out size and what spark plug you're using and all those technical details.
Those are technicalities I don't know, Dave.
Oh, okay, well, at least you got it running.
I'll try to answer as best I can.
That's more important.
Very true. Thanks, Dave. Well, the Wisconsin DNR is warning hunters to avoid putting deer stands in ash trees. The warning comes as ash trees are dead or dying from emerald ash borer infestations. The DNR says tree stand accidents are the leading cause of serious injury to deer hunters. They say it's important to place tree stands carefully, as trees infested with emerald ash borer may unexpectedly snap or drop large branches. You can find details on how to identify an infected tree at CBS3Duluth.com. And as you get ready for Wisconsin's hunting season, the DNR wants you to start thinking about donating your deer to those in need. The Deer Donation Program partners with meat processors to distribute thousands of pounds of venison to local food pantries.
It's a unique protein, and it's definitely an essential nutrient that a lot of people are lacking that are in food insecure families, which is just a growing issue in the U.S. and even in the Midwest.
The DNR says if you don't want to donate your only deer to the program, there are other ways to get additional hunting tags to remove deer in farms or urban areas that experience agricultural damage or nuisance issues. We have information on how to donate your deer on our website. Wisconsin's deer hunting season opens on November 20th. The Superior community is hoping to make the holiday season a little brighter for some Twin Ports veterans. The University of Wisconsin-Superior invited students, faculty, and the entire community to write holiday cards. Those cards will eventually be sent to our local service members overseas. Brandon Pillsbury is the Veteran and Non-Traditional Student Coordinator at UWS. He says these letters let veterans know that they're supported going into the holidays.
So this is a way to let them know, just, hey, there's people out here and, the Twin Ports, we support you, and we feel so strongly about thanking our veterans that we want your holidays to be as successful as possible.
UWS is holding a number of events this week to celebrate our nation's heroes ahead of Veterans Day. They're holding their annual ceremony at 11 on Friday morning. And it's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets. Today's pet comes to us from the Northwoods Humane Society in Hayward. This is Goofy. I love his name. He's an 8-year-old mixed breed. And despite his name, our friends at the shelter tell us he's a well-behaved boy. He has been patiently waiting for his forever home, and he loves people and treats, but not dogs so much. The shelter also tells us he loves to play fetch, go on walks, and snuggle. Very cute guy. Well, if you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Goofy, then you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, homelessness is on the rise in Wisconsin, and one shelter is stepping up for its community. More on their mission after the break.
Do you suffer from anxiety, depression, PTSD, or other mental health conditions that are impacting your daily life? Ketamine North can help.
In public safety, we see things that sometimes you can't unsee. I came to the Ketamine North, had several infusions, started to feel better.
I actually laughed and scared myself because I hadn't heard myself laugh in years.
It's time to reclaim your life with the innovative and successful treatment that is transforming lives. Be well with Ketamine North.
Black Bear Casino Resort is spicing things up Saturdays in November with Oh My Gourd, I Won. 6 players will be selected each hour at 6, 7, 8, and 9 p.m. for your chance to win up to $5,000. That's 24 winners each Saturday in November. Start earning your entries on Sunday, October 31st. And for more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com. Get ready for Oh My Gourd, I Won, and make the Bear your place for gaming.
NCIS.
NCIS Hawaii. We're practically family.
Want to be a team?
It's worth a shot.
Aloha. We're not hugging.
Been a blast.
Nice job.
A new NCIS followed by a new NCIS Hawaii. Tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you, too.
Be a little bit brave. Don't ever be afraid to.
Got a couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
A rise in homelessness is a concern across the nation, but it's especially impacting Native American tribes. According to our sister station in Green Bay, 36% of homeless families there identify as Native American. That's why a new shelter on the Oneida Reservation is preparing to open its doors and fill a void in the area.
We are experiencing a lot of individuals that are on the streets, probably much more than we've ever seen.
As we've reported last week, data shows homelessness went up by 30% in Brown County between 2014 and 2019.
Of the homeless in Green Bay, 36% of those homeless families are Native American. So there is a very big disparity of people who are homeless being Native American.
The Oneida tribe provided the funding and building for the safe shelter to provide emergency shelter and resources to families in a safe and secure environment.
The plan is to help folks get out, get their resources together, their budgets, whatever it takes to help them be a real family in the real world.
The safe shelter can host 13 families and will serve as one of 2 shelters in the Green Bay area that accepts larger sized families. The other shelter, Freedom House, is at capacity and has a wait list.
A family, you know, within the Native population oftentimes is 5 or 6 children, you know, and the parents. So our biggest room will hold 9 individuals.
While the safe shelter is focused on getting Native families off the street, it will not turn non-tribal people away.
We're hoping that we can kind of relieve some of that priority list that are out there, you know, that the other shelters have not been able to accommodate.
The shelter still needs community donations of personal hygiene and household items before it opens on November 15th.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. The heartbreaking story out of Houston, 8 people, including children, killed at a concert. Why rapper Travis Scott continued for more than 30 minutes after a mass casualty incident was declared. Plus the tragic mix-up at a fertility clinic, what 2 couples endured, and what happened to the children. And we kick off our series honoring our heroes, how a relay race is helping America's veterans transition back to civilian life. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Their price, $30,000. Your price, $20. Can you tell the difference? Even expert jewelers have a difficult time distinguishing the Diamond Z4 CZ from mined diamonds because of their similarity. This exquisite ring features a flawless simulated diamond center stone of 2 3/4 carats, surrounded by over 1 1/4 carats of round and tapered flawless baguettes. One jewelry industry professional marveled at their beauty and brilliance.
It's exceedingly rare to see such flawless stones.
He's right. Comparable solitaires made of diamonds can cost up to $30,000. Your price through this special invitation will be only $20. And for a limited time, you can also receive this beautiful band with 1.92 carats of diamond Z4s. Get both CZ rings totaling over an astounding 6 carats for $20. So call or click now.
Call 1-800-577-5801 to get your Diamond Z4. Call now or go to diamondz4.com. So call 1-800-577-5801. Call now.
You won't read about my mom in the history books, but she's going to change history forever. You'll never learn about her in school, but she'll redefine everything we know. She's not a scientist or a doctor, but she's going to help save a lot of lives. My mom works at MediaCom, and they're going to bring us one of the world's first 10G broadband platforms. Mom says, dream big.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Monday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we heard from business owners in International Falls as the U.S.-Canada border reopened today, and they are worried that the lack of COVID testing in the area may impact how many shoppers they see. Tonight at 6, we hear from the Chamber of Commerce about what they hope changes. And coming up tonight at 6, throughout the month of October, the Duluth Police Department held their Pink Patch Project, raising money for the American Cancer Society. See just how much they will be donating tonight. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.